Hello people, today we are going to learn about the planning process, first planning process group, project management processes, plan stakeholder management. So let's get started. What is plan stakeholder management? It's a process of developing appropriate management strategies to effectively engage stakeholders throughout the project life cycle based on the analysis of their needs, interests, potential impact on project success. The key benefit of this process is that it provides a clear, actionable plan to interact with project stakeholders to support the project's interest. The input to this is project management plan, stakeholder register, enterprise environmental factor, and organizational process asset. The tools and techniques used are expert judgment, meetings, analytical techniques. And the output is, of course, stakeholder management plan and project document updates. So the first input to the first input for stakeholder management plan is project management plan. What is project management plan? What information we are going to use from project management plan to build a stakeholder management program. So the information used for the development of stakeholder management plan includes life cycle selected for the project and the processes that will be applied to each phase. Description of how work will be executed to accomplish the project objectives. Description of how human resource requirement will be met and how roles and responsibilities, reporting relationship, and staffing management will be addressed and structured for the project. Change management plan that document how change will be monitored and controlled, and needs and techniques for communication among the stakeholders. Other inputs are stakeholder register, which we have already seen from the identify stakeholder processes in the initiating process group. So if you don't know how to make a stakeholder register, you can go back to my tutorial which explains this. And enterprise environmental factor and OPA. In brief, stakeholder register provides information needed to plan appropriate ways to engage project stakeholder. EEF is all EFs used as inputs to this process because the management of stakeholders should be adapted to the project environment of these organizational culture, structure, and political climate are of particular importance because they help in determining the best options to support a better adaptive process for managing stakeholders. Organizational process asset. All OPAs are used as input for the planned stakeholder management process. Of these, lesson learned, databases, historical informations are of the particular importance because they provide insights on the previous stakeholder management plans and their effectiveness. Here you might have a question that yet we have not implemented project management plan. How can this be input? So this can be input because every process which we execute becomes a part of project management plan. The stakeholder management which we are going to execute here will also become a part of project management plan. So in this case, whatever will be the constituent of the project management plan, we will use those datas and documents for making the remaining plans. Like for example, so far we have done for the initiating process group, and we have completed two things: one, identify stakeholder, and the project charter. So far the project management plan has identify stakeholder. The outputs was stakeholder register and the project charter, business need, etc. So you can go back to my tutorial to find out more. So that's why this is the input for the project management plan. And when the output, when we will be able to complete the output, which is stakeholder management plan, then this plan will also become part of project management plan. So let's see the tools and techniques used. First, tools and technique using expert judgment. Expert judgment can be obtained through individuals consultation, one-on-one meeting, interviews, etc., or through panel format, focus group, and service. Based on the project objective, the project manager should apply expert judgment to decide upon the level of engagement required at each stage of the project from each stakeholder. For example, at the beginning of the project, it may be necessary for the senior stakeholder to be highly engaged in order to clear away any obstacles to success. One of these have been successfully removed. Once these have been successfully removed, it may be sufficient for senior stakeholder to change their level of engagement from leading to supportive, because at every point the project objective changes, and based on the project objective, the stakeholders assignment or engagement can be changed. Like in this case, the leading one can be changed to supportive, and other stakeholders such as end users may become more important. So stakeholder engagement metrics should be revised all the time and throughout the project as the project objective changes. Other tool and technique is meeting. Meeting should be held with experts and the project team to define the required engagement level of all stakeholders. So in this particular thing, engagement level is very important. So we have to continuously look at the current and desired engagement levels of all the stakeholders. This information can be used to prepare stakeholder management plan. What analytical technique we are going to use? The current engagement level of all stakeholders needs to be compared to the planned engagement level required for the successful project completion. The stakeholder engagement throughout the life cycle of the project is critical to the project success. What tools and technique? The engagement level of the stakeholder can be classified as follows. There are these kind of stakeholders. One is unaware of the project and potential impact. Second is resistant, aware of the project and potential impact and resistant to change. Neutral, aware of the project yet neither supportive nor resistant. Supportive, aware of the project and potential impact and supportive to change. Leading, leading is aware of the project and potential impacts and actively engaged in ensuring the project success. So here is the example we can see. Here is the example. Here stakeholder 1 is the current, which is who is in the category of unaware. That means stakeholder 1 is unaware of the project and potential impact, and he is the current stakeholder. But at this point, the project desires the supportive one, which is aware of the project and potential impacts and supportive to change. So at every point of the project, you need to revise this stakeholder engagement matrix and plan on who is current and who is the desired. For example, second, for stakeholder 2, he is the current who is neutral but desired is supportive. In case of stakeholder 3, he is the current and he is only desired. So this is good. So to fill the gap, actions and communication are required to close the gaps and can be identified by the project team using expert judgment. So for continuously doing meetings and other things, talking to expert and other stakeholders, we can change this current into desired one. So output is of course stakeholder management plan, which will become a part of project management plan. The stakeholder management plan often provides desired and current engagement level of key stakeholders. Scope and impact of change to stakeholders, identified interrelationship and potential overlap between stakeholders, stakeholder communication requirement for the current project phase, information to be distributed to stakeholders including language, format, content, and level of detail. Reason for the distribution of that information and the expected impact to stakeholder engagement. time frame and frequency of the distribution of required information to stakeholder, and methods or for updating and refining stakeholder management plan as the project progresses and develops. So this is very important. In case of stakeholder management plan, we have to continuously update and refine the engagement level of all the stakeholders, and update the matrix, engagement level matrix, for the successful completion of the project. So guys, I hope you got some idea on what is stakeholder management plan. So again, once again, let me revise. The input to the stakeholder management plan is project management plan, stakeholder register, EEF, and OPA. Tools and techniques used is expert judgment, meeting, and analytical techniques. In case of analytical techniques, we have to compare and document the current and desired stakeholder engagement level in stakeholder engagement assessment matrix, as unaware, resistant, supportive, neutral, and leading. So this, and the output is of course the stakeholder management plan, which will again become a part of project management plan. So I hope you got some idea on how to implement stakeholder management plan. So subscribe to my channel or come back to my channel for more videos on PMP and other things. Thank you for watching.